Friends! Okay, I'm going to try not to just gesticulate. I did that a lot in my last video. I'm just going to use my mouth and not my hands. I can't believe I just said that. Okay, all right, well, this is a train wreck. Today, you're going to learn about how to go from knowing nothing about a company to figuring out who they target, to figuring out how to target the right companies, even if you don't know the job titles, to figuring out what you should say to them using only two tools, which is ChatGPT with the new Bing integration that is built into the unified look here, and Blueprint Intent. The nice thing about my intent platform is because you can sort by an entire market's worth of data, even if you don't know the job title, you don't know the problem, you don't have a good understanding of the keywords that you would search for, you can sort an entire market's worth of data, have ChatGPT both score and message against that data. Now, job posting, which is where my intent data comes from, is really useful because it tells you when to reach out based on the time they posted. It tells you which companies to reach out to now, so again, around the job description. And it also tells you what to say based on how they're solving the problem today. And then we're going to get into messaging and how to use ChatGPT specifically to write a message that no SDR ever could. Well, let's dive in. So, first thing that I do here is I just say, go to this company's website. I just pick them out of a hat. I say, define their product, pricing, use cases. So great. What I'm doing is I'm slowing down. It's really important to get ChatGPT to take its time. So to do that, you really need to say, give me some more information about the company. So I said, great. Is there anything that might be useful on their website that we should know about? They said, great. Recent developments, audiences, use cases. Then can you look for customer sites? And basically it's like, nah, we can't really do that. So if I wanted to do this, I have a different video about how to get G2 reviews, which I probably would feed in if there was useful information. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. Now you have context in the company. VP of Product Marketing is kind of the best title here that will define an ICP and persona. So it's like, great. Now I've got automotive defense. Looks pretty good. Now imagine you have access to the world's greatest resource of job openings. Don't worry. I'm not braggadocious. Just telling ChatGPT the truth. There's a lot of intelligence about them, right? So what I did is I said, I learned this trick from my friend Chris. Oh my gosh, I can't remember his last name. I'm so embarrassed. He's a great guy. And he's like, create synthetic descriptions and then see if you can use those for training purposes. So I created some synthetic descriptions. And then I said, great, give me just like titles, company headcount, range, industry. So these are the titles they target. Here are some keywords that might exist in jobs. Here's a headcount range, industry, and like location, Boston, Berlin, Tokyo. Now what I did is I'd used this search inside a Blueprint. So I did something really simple. I'm just like, oh, what are these titles? And the commas separate it. So I was like, oh, what are these keywords? So basically I updated search. Now Blueprint took me, it took the 5.1 million jobs in the last 90 days and it pulled the top 31 that had these exact things, which I wasn't really happy with. A little bit upset, if I'm to be honest, because these aren't necessarily the perfect jobs here. So I said, now rate these. And it's like 7, 6, 8. Okay, like pretty good. Then what I did is I used this really cool feature in Blueprint, which is the prompt feature. So what this is it's called an embedding search. And it looks at all of the words proximal to the words that you typed in. So it measures distance. So if you say the word coffee to me and I say the word cafe, those are pretty close in the English language. But if you say coffee and I say Tyrannosaurus Rex, you're like, those words are very far apart. So it measures all the distance. So really, the more keywords I have, the better. So I said, write a really complex query. So I just paste this in the prompt. I'm like, I don't know. And this is like no job titles, no company, like just nothing, right? And actually, was this the company that I was looking for? Oh, look, it's like a very similar company name. I wonder if it's the same company. That'd be really funny. Oh, doesn't look like it. All right. Sorry, let's go back. So basically now I then copy and pasted the full text of these jobs. And I said, great, now rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 for me. And I don't know anything about this company, like at all. So I did that, and it's like, okay, now these are the jobs. I pasted them in. It's like 9, 8, 7. So this seems to be a better way to be targeting, right? Highly relevant due to its focus on system validation, automotive network, SOCs, target industry. Great. And then so I did this for a couple of, it's like, 6, 9, 8. So it looks like these jobs are doing a pretty good job. Now, this is a crazy prompt, right? I want you to start with the most relevant job. Like, I want you to send this message, like, channel David Ogilvy, be as brief as possible, don't use jargon. Embedding firmware challenges, right? It's good enough subject line to open. I sell in prostitution at firmware in Ohio. It's clearly looking to handle, so basically I said, summarize what you found. And then I said, now write one sentence about how people usually solve this problem. And if you have to go online to do it, that's okay too, because it has being based in. And then I just said, ask a question about the problem. Like, do you plan to continue with these conventional methods, like given the complex nature of protocols and signal loss and your role demands? So what's interesting too is that Blueprint now can actually match a job to a person. So I could actually mention, I pick Larry. I always pick Larry as like a name. Larry and Jessica are my two go-to fake names. And then I made myself founder of this company. Yes. So I pulled this in, and I told ChatGPT to like tell me what people might do, and I just kept doing this along the way. It's systems validation insights, advanced SOCs, traditional debug. So, and then what I did is I said, one of the things that's really interesting is that, our understanding of titles in the world is not amazing. Like, there are many more titles, much different titles, and titles that deal with different types of problems that we just wouldn't know. It doesn't exist in our heads. And so what I asked ChatGPT to do is say, for each of these companies, I want you to tell me the person I should target. So we're going to build a workflow that makes this more automatic and scaled. But the idea here is that if you get a spreadsheet with each individual title that you should target, and then you make an API call to find that manager of that company, of that department, then you can actually send really one-to-one messages that are relevant to the right person. And ChatGPT can even determine if they report into someone. So that's the process to go from to hey in the shortest amount of time possible. Thank you so much for taking time to watch my content, and enjoy some of the view. It's a Zoom background. It's a Zoom background. It's fake. It's totally fake. Bye everyone. Thanks for coming.